Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to another video. I finally got my glasses back and now I could look directly at the lens. I'm not that blind, but I'm just saying. But anyways, today is the match review. Mallorca versus Real Madrid, and thank Allah, alhamdulillah, we are home for this game, because I'm not going to lie, even though we have a good statistic against Mallorca, I don't know, something about this team just kind of like, it just gives me like kind of like bad vibes, but only when we're away. I don't know why when Real Madrid was away, especially last season, maybe that's why. Maybe the things are coming back to haunt me for this season. But last season was just miserable. Even though we finished second in the league, there were just games that were just, we were just, I think, conceding almost every single game. And thank God again that Thibaut Courtois has had 2 clean sheets. And I hope we continue to have, or he continues to have, this clean sheet this game. Now, before I show you guys my lineup, I did want to speak about the tactical approach we should approach this, right? And just like every single game and every single match, press and defend. That is the only way we are going to win. The past 2 games, I don't even want to talk about the first game. Let's talk about the second game just went by against Oviedo. We got our goals 3 times, all 3 goals through defending. 2 of those goals came from pressing. So you guys could kind of put 2 and 2 together, right? All 3 of them came from counterattacks with good defending and good pressing. So just now imagine the goals that Real Madrid is going to score if they keep this up. Real Madrid is not going to be a team that looks like they're going to struggle, because on counters, right, like a lot of people said before Mbappe's arrival, right, leading up to Mbappe's arrival, with Mbappe on the team, the counters are going to be deadly. We got 3 players who are going to be on the attack, 2 of the fastest players in the world, and who's going to stop this team, right? But the only way to counter, besides a missed corner take by the opposition, is through pressing and through getting the ball back, through defending. So this team, even though they have not had a good start, I believe they have 1 draw and 1 loss, this team you should not play around with. And something I did want to mention, I could be wrong on this, but I did read about it. The last time Mallorca got a win in Real Madrid's home stadium is in 2009, which is crazy. And if we, God forbid, lose to them tomorrow at the Bernabéu, I might just lose it. I might just lose it. But hopefully this team got a lockdown. I know, and I trust Xabi Alonso. I know that I could trust my team with Xabi Alonso, and I know I could trust Vini to bounce back, and Mbappe to keep doing well, and Rodrigo to get back into playing and get back into rhythm. And I trust everybody all across the board. I trust my defenders, I trust the midfield, and most importantly, I trust Courtois. So the main thing Real Madrid has to do in order to keep this momentum on their side and to keep the ball possession on their side is, whenever they don't have the ball, press. You know, you guys are playing this professionally. You guys are sacrificing your body for the love of the game. I don't even want to mention the fact that you guys are supposed to play for the badge, and you know that's a heavy statement. So if you guys are training nonstop and your body, you know, has to get used to playing possibly the full 90 minutes, then you guys have to, majority of the match, when I say majority, maybe like 90% of the match, have to press and cannot take your foot off the gas. This team is not the team you play around with. Yes, they're not doing well in the past 2 games, but we've had slow starts the past 2 seasons, and you know, we ended up finishing 1st and 2nd in the past 2 years. So it's going to be very important, and the key player that we are going to have to rely on is a couple of players. But I'd say Kylian Mbappe. He is in good form right now. He is scoring his goals for us. He is playing phenomenal. The only thing that I don't like of what Mbappe does, unless it's for a tactical reason, like I keep saying this, there might be a tactical reason behind this, but when Mbappe shifts from his center position, right, where the striker is supposed to be, from the 9, and then that leaves a gap in the middle. Like there's nobody there for whoever's on the left, whoever's on the right to cross it. Now, I get when he drops back or drops low. I get that, because sometimes looking into the tactical aspect of it, he has to drop back in order to pull defenders with him, and maybe, like we saw in the first game, Arda Güler making the run in the box, or Vinícius Jr., or whoever's playing in the midfield or the wing side. So Mbappe should, I'd say, in my opinion, stick more towards the center, because those low crosses, he is phenomenal at finishing those. And there's so many moments, especially last game, where there was crosses that was landing to nobody because Mbappe was not in the middle. So it's very important to have Mbappe in the middle because he's playing that number 9 role. Now, if they switch it up, maybe if Vini is in the middle, Mbappe on the left, Rodrigo on the right, or I don't see Rodrigo going back to the right. Maybe Rodrigo on the left, like I said, and Mbappe on the right. Then that could change, I think. But that's a huge, huge change in the attacking formation and positioning. So I don't think the Xabi Alonso is going to do this. But we are going to have to rely on those forwards to step up. We're going to have to rely on Mbappe. We're going to have to rely on either Vini or Rodrigo, whoever is the one starting on that left wing position. And we're going to have to rely heavily, heavily, heavily on Dean Huijsen and our whole defensive lineup, honestly. We are going to rely on them and Tchouaméni. I almost forgot Tchouaméni, actually. Tchouaméni, yes. We're going to have to rely on him to be that help on the defensive lineup. On the back end, we are going to have to depend on Tchouaméni helping our defenders and supporting the attack and supporting both sides. He is a very, very important player for Real Madrid. And with that being said, let me show you the lineup that I have cooked up for next game. So this is the lineup very similar to the one that I put on my last match review. But for this one, I think that this is the lineup that he is most likely going to play with. For example, the reason why I put Rodrigo last game is because I felt like Rodrigo had to play. He had to play, and I'm glad that he did. Even though he didn't score, even though he didn't assist, I did mention that Rodrigo had a phenomenal game. If you guys did not watch the game, and if you're only watching the highlights, obviously you're not going to see the best of Rodrigo, but you guys could see the chances that he created and the shots that he took, and there was a lot of key moments that Rodrigo had during his time on the pitch, and he is very important to have on the field, which is why I included him in my last lineup. But for this one, I try to predict mostly what Xabi Alonso is going to go for, but if I had to make a decision, I would have started Rodrigo again. But at the same time, Vini did good when he came on last game, so I am expecting him to start. And this is the lineup that I'm going to go for. So Carvajal, he just played last game, so I think Trent is going to be starting this game. Militao is rested, and I think he's going to start this game. Huijsen is still going to play. Carreras, Valverde, Tchouaméni, as we all know. I don't think these two are going to ever change, if I'm being honest. We know we need Arda. Franco, he did really well starting off before he got subbed off. Like I mentioned about Vini, and obviously Mbappe. The reason why I think this lineup is going to work defensively is because of the pressing. Now, I'm so happy that I see Vini pressing a lot. Mbappe, I see him pressing as well. Besides that, everybody really presses. Everybody comes back to defend. So in the defensive aspect, I am not worried at all. And, I don't want to jinx, but inshallah, I hope that everything goes well. But attacking-wise, like I said, whenever Vini gets the ball on this left side right here, whenever he gets the ball right here, we all know what he tries to do, right? On this side, I can't move this thing. But yeah, like I said, Vini tries to start up from up here, and then he would try to make his way down by outpacing the opponent. He gets over here, tries to shoot or tries to cross. And look, we have good crosses, but most of the time it won't finish, and there's times where it does finish. But when you do that repetitively over the game, you miss other opportunities to attack the box, which is why I'm not a huge fan of Vini staying on the left wing and try to put him down the middle. Even though he is a pure winger, I would try him down the middle. 2 seasons ago, he was a striker with Rodrigo. How'd that go? That was a Ballon d'Or season right there. So I don't know why they're not trying that. Maybe because Mbappe is used to the striker role. But yeah, so we just got to see how this goes. I am hoping that Vini and Mbappe pops off. I hope Franco gets his first goal, and I hope that nobody's injured, and I hope that Xabi Alonso makes subs to get Rodrigo back on the pitch and to get other players back on the pitch. So let me know what you guys think about this lineup, and let me know if you guys are going to change anything about it. So yeah, I don't like making predictions. I never make predictions, but I do always pray that Real Madrid comes out victorious and in a dominant fashion. I am expecting it as well, and on paper everybody's expecting it. I'm sure the predictions on Google or any other website and on social media, everybody is saying Real Madrid is going to win. So I hope that that happens. I hope there's no upset or anything, and I hope that they don't get their first win of the season against Real Madrid. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you think Real Madrid is going to end up winning this, or they might fumble and lose to Mallorca. If there's anybody watching, like always, I'm going to always be responding to your comments. Make sure you like and make sure that you subscribe if you are new and if you are enjoying this. I've been trying to post consistently until my job starts, and maybe I won't be as consistent, but I will still try to post. Make sure to follow me on all social medias at Real Roots. And until then, Assalamu alaikum.